On July 14th, 2014, Jagex released an update that made way for the biggest combat-restricted gameplay, a mode that is loved by few but hated by most, Legacy Combat Mode. Back in 2023, I decided to restrict an entire Ironman account from its creation to this combat mode, meet Legalocked, my Legacy Locked Ironman. I took a hiatus from playing and YouTube content due to a mixture of burnout and real life, but I'm back and ready to pick the grind back up. I've documented a majority of this journey, so if you want proper context, then I'd recommend watching this video on screen now. And for the rest of you, let me catch you up on everything that's happened since episode 27 to the current day, with the following events in no particular order. First off, here are my stats. All of the 99s I've achieved are highlighted on screen now. Most of these were due to AFKing, but some of these were intentional, active play for unlocking current grinds, which I'll cover in a bit, but let's cover some personal achievements before we get to that. I knocked out a series of important quest lines like the entire Vampire series, as well as Wild Gothic Sleeps for access to Tormented Demons. I pushed my PVM limits by achieving a solo Ambassador KC.
It was the longest 8 minutes and 38 seconds of my life.
I farmed 50 solo hard mode care pack, which left us with 1/3 of the Fractured Staff of Armadyl. Also defeated Archglacior at 500% enrage, but unfortunately the same can't be said for Telos. Some of my latest gear upgrades include the Occultist Ring, Soulbound Lantern, Grasping Rune Pouch, the best boss pet in the game.
Oh, yes!
And I even got lucky and snagged myself 2 Dark Onyx cores, although I can't use those yet. My next few gear unlocks are my latest and current grinds in game. Full custom fit trim masterwork, Tier 85 Archglacior weapons, full Serenic, as well as 1 out of 2 Ascension crossbows. The melee setup is sturdy. It brought me to Rise of the Six.
When the boys spec together.
More solo necks, streaking at Archglacior. It's my favorite style to use as of late, and I'm extremely pleased with the setup. Ranged is coming in at a close second. Serenic has been created, and we're 1 Ascension Signet and Dragon Crossbow off a full Tier 90 range gear. There's been a lot of time that's passed since I left off on the Ascensions grind, and due to an update, I currently have about 350 Ascension keys to get my final Signet. And you're caught up. So what are my current plans? With the recent update for Heists, I'm going to shift my AFKing focus to thieving to get access to the Vault of Hereditas and the Asuran Arsenal for a chance at the 3 latest Tier 90 weapons, Gloomfire Bow, Legatus Emberstaff, and Varanus' Mercy. The special attacks from these weapons are very strong for this account, and best of all, they're Tier 90. This is important since I can't use EOF specs in Legacy, which requires me to actually equip the weapons I want to use for special attacks, so damage and accuracy matter. Hey, and welcome back, folks. It's been a long time since I've logged into this account, and yeah, it feels pretty good. I just wanted to say I know that exposition wasn't really the most exciting way to catch up on everything, but a big reason I took so long to get back to everything was the amount of work I had to do in order to catch up. It really came down to that recap or cutting my losses and quitting the series, which I obviously chose not to do. I really enjoy playing this account and making videos, and I've had a tendency to start things and not fully see them through. The series is kind of like me changing that in real time, and I'm not going to be all new year, new me, but if I'm to be honest for a second, I tend to drag my feet in the final stretch of just about anything in my life, and sometimes I finish things and other times I don't. I have no idea why I'm like that. Internally, I feel like I need to do and be the best at everything I like, but I'm choosing to be content with where I'm at and only put my focus into a select few areas. That all to say, my goals I originally set out for this account are still what I intend to accomplish, which is why I'm here thieving. And since the 120 update, I grinded straight from 102 thieving all the way to 120 on my main, and I absolutely love Heists. I snagged a Gloomfire Bow, Varanus' Mercy, and the Nodon Spike Harness. I love the spec on Varanus' Mercy. It's consistent, and whenever I use it, I can't help but wonder how strong those 3 weapons are going to be on this account, which is why I'm intent on grinding up the levels required for Heists. In my active play, I want to finish the Ascension crossbows for a decent Tier 90 setup and work on Slayer. 115 Slayer is a major milestone as that'll give me access to the Magister, who drops best in slot melee gloves, as well as Abyssal Lords for the Abyssal Scourge. More than likely, that's going to be my best melee camp weapon due to the damage over time effect that it offers, which will pair well with the Nodon Spike Harness if I can snag that from the Asuran Arsenal. And hey, how do you feel about the fresh new interface look? I custom made this. I don't know how accurate it's going to be, but I essentially just made it to be as close as I could remember it to being something like the base old school layout without giving me any sort of advantage. I'm not doing this in a square format, otherwise the videos would have to be in a weird resolution, but this is probably the good happy medium, so I just have a bunch of chat box stuff. Over on the right, it's just one interface open at any given time, and I have it lined up with the F1 through 5 keys, which is what I was restricted to in the legacy interface. So everything is essentially the same. It just looks a little bit different. Ooh, there we go. 95 thieving coming on in. That is the Vault of Rheysins now possible. I think it's time that we go and check out the vault. Oh no, frick. All right, well that sucks. I'm just gonna restart. Heists are very straightforward. They're essentially a mixture of pickpocketing, thieving chests, and safe cracking with a couple extra steps, such as obtaining seals and pylon batteries to unlock the next area in the vault, avoiding getting burnt to a crisp in the arsenal, all while avoiding detection from the NPCs. In Legacy, there's honestly not much more risk here compared to a main account. It's just going to take me more time due to no search and dive. But once I'm able to do 500 loot runs, my Vault of Rheysins times will likely be between 9 and 10 minutes on average, depending on what part of the NPC rotation I enter the vault on. This means that on drop rate, it will likely take me 16 to 18 hours per drop in the vault, assuming I hit 20 loot rolls per run. As for the arsenal, there's one big pain point here that I'll need to overcome, and that is the very first trap. If I can't get past this trap, then I can't do this heist. And if I can't do this heist, then I won't get to experience the sweet mercy of Rheysins. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, that is our first heist. It looks like the maximum amount of stolen goods we can get is 295 because we don't have the levels yet for the crack safe. The experience drop should make this very well worth it. It is 551k, not too shabby. And it looks like that experience drop was 120 something K, 703k, not too shabby. And it looked like it was about 128,000. We got heist number 3. 713k. All right, setting ourselves a nice 58.2 second PB and 607k, but that is 96 thieving. Oh, dang, another PB of 19.8 seconds. Heist number 5's bringing in 1.2 mil. Very, very nice. Wow, 2.3 mil. Oh, I got a nice drop of coins. Very nice. And that is our next 99 coming on in. Yo, let's go, dude. That is drop number 1, the Gloomfire bow. Earlier, I hit 99 thieving, and since it was during the 25th anniversary event, I decided to go for the thieving cape. And when I unlocked it, I said, looks so nice. The unfortunate thing is it can't be the retro version, but I don't know. I'm feeling like it might give us a little bit more RNG. So needless to say, I'm probably likely Jagex's adopted son. Let's run the back-to-back. Man, this game is rigged. Now look, I know what you're thinking. Why are you feeding dinos and taking their poop? Well, I'll have you know that's how you make best in slot arrows, you silly goose. Since we got this bow, what better thing to do than to just go straight to Legions, where I wanted to go anyway, and test it out. One of the greatest things about this bow is that it fires 2 arrows per auto attack. So what I'm doing right now is making tier 95 Dine arrows. I am then going to make Anima arrows a full, so I can have a 15% damage increase with a little bit of an accuracy decrease. And I'm going to take this bow and try to get my final Ascension Signet. And there we go, 845 arrows a full to get our final Signet. Legions are pretty easy, so I'm just not doing anything too crazy. I don't have my bow augmented, but I do have a yak full of keys. I don't think I'll die. Let's just give it a whirl and see how we do. Dang, spec hits hard. Oh my gosh. I've attacked twice. I've already got him to like, oh my gosh, dude. Every single attack has got me to the next phase. Wow, dude. I mean, it's a lot slower, but it's just auto attack 4 times. Okay, the attack speed is extremely slow though. So I'm not a huge fan of how slow this thing is. Look at these auto attack hits. These hits are absolutely insane. They're so high. That's just so great. Dude, I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's really slow, so I think I might be using like the blowpipe or dual wields or something like that and just swapping to this as a spec weapon. But dude, these hits are just so big. Oh, speed killer, okay. Something I forgot about with legions is that the further away you are, the less damage you do. So if I make sure I'm close to him when I land my hits, I should be able to hit pretty well. All right, full inventory and full yak inventory. No luck this time, but I think I got a method that could potentially get me a PB, but it's very RNG based. This will really only apply to the 5 or so of us using Legacy, but Legions have 30,000 health or 3,000 in Legacy with 4 hard health thresholds at 75, 50, and 25%. This means you can't hit a straight 3,000 and one-shot the Legion. You will have to do a minimum of 4 hits at 750 damage each. This bow fires 2 arrows at once, with both hits being able to hit 750. Theoretically, if I can max hit both hits 2 times in a row, then I should be able to get my fastest PB at Legions. Oh, yes. Dude, I did it. Let's go. Let's go, dude. That's so dope. That was a little bit spitty. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, man. 16.2, I love it. Yes, dude. There it is. That is the final signet. Oh yeah, now we just need a dragon crossbow and the ascensions are done. With stealth at our fingertips, we managed to snag ourselves the Gloomfire bow from the vault. We then got a taste of its power at Legions, only to snag the final signet we needed for the Ascension crossbows. And now, there's one final piece to the puzzle.